Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making a hair bow, which I haven't got a sample to show you. I did have a sample, but I wasn't thinking this morning and I've put it in my little girl's hair. So now I don't have a sample. But yeah, we're making this bow. You will see a picture of it on my YouTube thumbnail anyway. And this is a really cute style and I like to mix mine with glitter. I like to add the glitter tails to mix it up a little bit. You can just do a single tux bow, base bow for it if you like, but I just like it with the glitter tails just to make it a little bit different and add a little bit of sparkle. I've got a couple of fabric clips here, a couple of pins and my hair clip, and also some 1 centimetre wide ribbon which is still attached to the reel so I can't pull it right out, and a lighter. So I'm just going to set my glitter aside for now. Everything that I use in this tutorial is going to be linked in the description below, so you can check out the products I'm using. So I'm just going to set some of these little bits aside so they're out of the way. And first of all, taking your lighter, you will need to heat seal all of the ends of your ribbon. And this will get rid of any frays and prevent any further fraying. And as you can see, I've got 4 pieces of ribbon cut for this bow, 2 in white and 2 in grey, because I really like these 2 colours together. You can use any 2 colours that you like, and all 4 pieces are the same. They are 4 centimetres wide or 1.5 inch wide ribbon. And all 4 pieces are cut to 40 centimetres in length, or around 15 3/4 inches in length. Now you can easily resize this bow. I have tried it out, which is the sample I was going to show you. The sample I made was made using 1 inch wide ribbon or 2.5 centimetres, and basically what you do is you times the width of the ribbon by 10. So 4 centimetres wide times 10 is 40. So I've cut this to 40 centimetres. If you're using a 2.5 centimetre ribbon, then you will need to cut it to 25 centimetres in length, and so on. So just times the width of the ribbon by 10 and cut it to that length. So 4 pieces at 40 centimetres, 2 of each colour. I'm going to set them 2 aside for now. And we're going to take our first couple of pieces to begin with. And we're going to layer these up, and this is what makes the bow the two-tone. So I've got white one side and grey the other, and I've already heat sealed the end, so I'm going to fold this in half now, keeping it all in line, and then grabbing one of my pins, I'm going to pop a pin in that centre mark. So I know where the centre of the ribbon is, and they're both pinned together. And then you want to choose which colour you want to be on the inside. So I want my grey to be on the outside and my white to be on the inside. So I've got the white facing towards me, and I'm going to fold this right side back diagonally in line with the pin. So it looks like that, and the pin is central to this piece of ribbon, making sure they keep all in line. And then taking this left side now, we're also going to fold that up diagonally again, so this pin is in the middle and all of the pieces of ribbon are in line. So you don't want it out here, you want it in line. So this side is touching this corner here, and this edge is in line with the edge where this is folded. And then by eye, this pin should be nice and central to where these overlap. So it looks like this. I'm just going to pop a clip on there at that bottom just to make sure that is going to stay all in line and in place. I'm just going to pop a clip on there like that. I'm using fabric clips. You can use a hair clip if you've got those at hand. Like I said, I'll link everything, including these, in the description below because they are handy to have. The next step is to fold this piece under. So I'm going to flip it upside down and then fold this piece down. So this is in line where it folds at the top. And this point is in the middle where they overlap. And again, I'm going to just unclip it and I'm going to re-clip it in place at the top here, just to hold those all in line. And then taking this right side, we're going to fold this up diagonally. So this edge lines up with this diagonal edge here. So taking these two pieces that are coming down from this right, folding it up diagonally so it's in line, and then we're going to fold it inwards. So this is nice and straight along that middle. Again, I'm just going to remove my clip, pop it on there to hold it in place. I'm going to do the same now with this side that's coming out from the left. So grabbing this left hand two pieces, folding them up diagonally in line with where this folds, and then folding it inwards. And they should both then meet up in the middle. And once they're both in line, you can then keep it pinched together with your hands, remove that pin, and I'm going to use my clip to hold that all in place. So now it looks like this. This is the underside and this is the top. And then next, taking this piece that is coming out from the right again, we're going to bring this forward this time. So not bringing it back, you want to bring it forwards so it lines up with this angled piece here, making sure the two pieces of ribbon are in line. So folding that inwards. Now you can use another fabric clip here if you like, just to help you along to hold it in place. And then we're going to do the same with this piece. We're going to bring this piece and fold it inwards in line with this angle. So keeping the two pieces of ribbon together, folding them inwards. And then these should line up all along these straight edges. So lining them all up as best as you can. And then I'm just going to grab my pin that I took out a little while ago, and I'm just going to pin that in place. So it looks like this. And then this piece you bring down. So taking this top piece and folding it back down. And then when I flip it over, you should see that all of these edges then line up. So I'm going to remove this clip at the bottom, clip that in place. So this is the underside, this is the top. I can remove that clip now. And that is the first half of the bow ready. So I'm just going to set this piece down now, and we're going to do exactly the same steps with the second piece. Now I will speed this piece up. If you want to slow it down, you can adjust the playback to play slower if you wish, or you can just go back and watch the step-by-step tutorial for this one. Now, as you can see on this one, I've ended up with a little bit of the white overhanging. This can happen, it's natural for whichever ribbon is on the underside to become a little bit overhanging because of all the folding. It's just got a shorter distance, so it ends up poking out a little bit longer. But don't worry about that, as long as it's all lined up here and all looks neat. Because when it comes to folding this piece back, it should all just kind of flow and work out fine in the end. Like that. So I'm just going to pop that on there, and then I can trim off these extra long little pieces. So just trimming off any overhang pieces. Sometimes it's good when things like this happen in a tutorial, because it does happen, it doesn't always run smoothly, so you can see how it is and how to troubleshoot when you get to it. Be careful when you heat seal that you don't burn any other part of your ribbon. So yeah, as you can see, when you pop them together, you've got your two pieces exactly the same. Next, you need a needle and some thread. So I've got my needle here threaded with some extra strong thread and a knot in the end. Now there's not a lot of sewing involved in this bow. I'm just gonna bring this in together to a point at the bottom. And it's just a matter of putting a few stitches in to hold together all of these ends. So I kind of go in through one side first, through the top, and then back up through the bottom, catching all the layers, and then the middle as well. And then the other side to the right, catching all of the layers. And it's just all about just holding it all together with a few stitches. I can remove the clip and that pin now out of the way. So yeah, just a few stitches in and out to secure that pointed tip. And then once you're happy it's secure, I'm just going to go through this bottom layer and then through this loose loop a couple of times before I pull it tight, and that will form the knot. So I can trim off the excess thread, and that is now all held nicely in place like that. I'm going to do the same now with the other half. So now we've got our two halves ready. I've got my hot glue gun warming up. So while that's warming up, I'm taking my white glitter now. This I got from Nicola's craft shop. I will link some in the description below. And I've got this dotty bow set, and this is from Pixie Dot Bow Supplies. And I used tails from these because they work well with this bow. So I'm taking out the larger tails. I used these tails. So if you're using 1 inch wide ribbon, you will want tails which are around 3 1/4 to 3 1/2 inch tails. And for this bigger bow, with the 1 1/2 inch wide ribbon, you'll need these size tails. And these ones are 5 inches wide, or just over 12.5 centimeters wide. So whichever tails you've got at hand, like I said, this is the dotty bow and they work really well with this style of bow. Or as I said before, you can make a ribbon base bow, like just a single tux bow or a pinwheel bow, but I do like it with the glitter tails. So I'm going to draw around this template now that I've managed to find a pen. And when it comes to cutting this out, I cut inside the pen line so you don't see any pen line on the underside of the bow. I mean, the underside of the bow don't really get looked at much anyway, but just for my own peace of mind, I cut off the pen line so you can't see it. So I'll continue cutting this out and then we can assemble our bow. So I've cut out my tails now, and I'm also going to cut a strip to wrap around the centre. I do this by eye, so just taking a piece from the top here, I'm going to cut around 5 to 6 centimetres in length and around 1 centimetre wide. I have got templates for bow centres, but I just tend to cut these by eye. So that is going to be my centre strip to match my tails. So now, taking my hot glue gun, we're going to join the 2 halves of this bow together. So I'm just going to place some hot glue on that point and pop those together. And I'm also going to pop some hot glue on the layers here, because obviously these are sort of flapping about. You don't have to do that, but I do like to do that just to finish it off nicely on the underside. So once they're joined together, I'm just going to very carefully pop just a dot of glue, not too much, and just pop those together so they hold together. And on the other side. And now I'm going to pop that on top of my dotty tails, the 5-inch tails. And as you can see, they are the perfect size for this ribbon bow style. And then the clip, I did get this clip out at the beginning, but I forgot I'm making the larger one, so I will need a larger clip for this. So taking a longer clip here, this one is a 65mm hair clip, or 2.5 inches long, and that is just better for this size of bow. I'm going to line my hair clip with this. This is optional, you don't have to line your hair clip, but that is just something that I like to do. So placing some glue on one end, a couple of inches, starting on the underside of the clip, popping it in the pinch part, and then all along the top. And then you can see where you need to cut this off, so out here, and that will be enough to wrap underneath. Just heat seal that raw end and then stick that last end down over the clip, or under the clip should I say. So you've got a nice covered hair clip in white ribbon to match the tails of the bow. I just think that hides it nicely. Now I'm going to stick my clip on the underside of my bow, and then taking my centre strip, it's a little bit wonky on that end, but that don't matter. I'm just going to pop some glue on that end, stick it on the underside of the clip, central to the hair bow, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the top of the bow where they join to make sure that keeps covered by the centre strip. And then finish off on the underside of the clip. Excuse my hot glue gun, by the way, I had an accident with some nail varnish, it smashed and went all over my hot glue gun, carpet, bed, everywhere. I cleaned everything, but I didn't bother with the hot glue gun. And there is your finished hair bow. As I said, you can make this in a variety of width ribbon. It is easy to resize. Obviously, the more narrow ribbon you use, the smaller the bow will be. This obviously 1.5 inch wide ribbon made this one that fits these 5-inch tails. For me, this is probably big enough. I won't go any bigger, but some people do love big bows, so you could go for a 2-inch wide ribbon. It's completely up to you, it's personal preference. If you've got any questions, you can pop them into the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.